Hi, Democrats. Today is Thursday, August 31st, and it's time for the Chairs Lady Live. Happy Thursday. So let's start with the national news so we can get it out of the way. Former President Trump, his RICO case, and that's the one in Georgia, the judge in that case has stated that trial will be live streamed. So you can find it on YouTube. They're making it available to networks so they can put it on TV. It's a state trial, and so they're going to make it where the folks can see it because their trials are that way. So if you're in the mood for depressing TV, if you're in the mood to watch the story of how someone tried to steal the election unfold and listen to all of the machinations and the lies, it will be live streamed and it will be available on YouTube. I don't even know how to categorize that information. Back at home, yesterday morning, the police officers in Cleveland County responded to a house where there was a reported shooting, and it was determined that a police officer from Cleveland County shot and killed his wife, who was also a police officer in Cleveland County. And so, I don't want to sensationalize it. Our hearts go out to the family, to that family. But I do want to remind folks that Oklahoma is number one in the nation in violence against women. We're number one in violence against women. And we're number two in the nation of where women are killed by men. I don't even know what our number is about women who are killed by guns, but that's where we live. And so as I see that a sheriff, a police officer, is who is authorized to carry a firearm, who we know got the firearm through legal means, killed his wife. It boils down to a domestic violence case, but it also boils down to the argument about guns. The argument is everybody needs to have guns because criminals will have guns. But time and time again, when we learn about these crimes, most of the folks, even in the mass shootings, most of the folks who have the guns were able to acquire their firearms legally. So that should not be our litmus test. It should be about red flags. It should be, there's all kinds of reasons. It should be about closing the loophole on the gun shows. It is past time for us to have conversations, common sense conversations about common sense gun laws. I used to think that when it was police officers who were dying at the hands of guns, maybe we could have the conversation, but not yet, apparently. It is past time for us to have the conversations. And as you know, if you've watched me for more than a week, I'm going to keep pushing that we have the conversations about common sense gun laws. And yes, this, another argument about, guns is a good guy with a gun. Arguably, a police officer is supposedly a good guy who had a gun and used it for a bad reason. We have to have real conversations. Alrighty. Sad news. National news, not necessarily having to do with the former president, thank goodness. But it is still not good news. Canada, the nation of Canada, issued a travel warning for the United States. They've basically said, if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, maybe you should consider visiting somewhere else. Maybe you should consider not going to the United States because the United States is not LGBTQ friendly. I hear that, and I hear them saying that the United States is not humanity friendly, that we are somewhere on the spectrum 1920 to 1940. I'm not real sure. But when a whole nation says, maybe you shouldn't visit our neighbors to the south, when a whole nation says, do not fly to America because it's not friendly. But if you must go, be careful. If you must go, don't show any PDAs. try to figure out a way for people to not call attention to yourself that you're LGBTQ plus, because America is not friendly. America is not welcoming. America is not open. That breaks my heart. That, because as I said, I hear it and I hear America's not open to humanity. But why wouldn't they think that? All over the nation, politicians, Republican politicians, are out using the LGBT community as a stick to beat people with. They're using the LGBT community as a boogeyman. And if you're in a different country and you're looking at that, it stands to reason that you would think that our country is not welcoming, that our country is not open. I hate that that is the reputation that we're getting, but clearly it is. Which brings me all the way back to, why am I a Democrat? I'm a Democrat because we believe in everybody just being able to exist. Access to well-funded public education, access to affordable health care, and the pursuit of happiness, right? The pursuit of economic opportunity. We're not worried about what people are doing in their bedrooms and bathrooms as long as they're consenting adults. I don't care as long as consenting adults. You're not breaking the law. That's why I'm a Democrat. We're not trying to police who you love. We don't have a bunch of politicians, I can't say never, right? Who are out there trying to police who you love and trying to vilify folks for who they love. But there are enough that another country has seen it and has determined that the United States isn't safe. Whew. And right, Dorothy, maybe the lack of tourism will wake them up. Who knows? You would think. Maybe the lack of tourism. We are a gun-toting, anti-gay country from outside looking in. But you and I know better that we are better. You and I know better that there are folks who are just out there trying to mind their business, trying to feed their families and just enjoy a little bit of life. And we're being painted with the same broad brush with, I don't know another way to say it, but with the bigots who are trying to control the lives and bodies of others. You know, you think, can it get worse? And there's just one other thing. But I have hope. I have hope because in my everyday interactions, I am interacting with folks who have hope, who are trying for a better America, who are trying for a better Oklahoma. That's why I'm a Democrat. That's why you're watching me, right? Because you're a Democrat and you believe in that as well. So we have to keep that hope, and we have to get out there and make sure as many people as we can know that the extremes, the folks who don't want people to mind their own business, or the folks who want government to mind their business, they try to pretend like it's Democrats, but it really isn't. We have to get out there and make sure that people know that there are sane people out there, that there are sane people who just want to send their kids to school without fear of bomb threats, without fear of being shot, that folks who just want to have access to healthcare without hospitals and clinics being closed left and right, and want people to be able to have just one job and be able to manage their living. Simple things, just bread and butter, kitchen table, however you want to call it, just simple basics. That's what we're for. And I'm guessing that's why you're watching me. We just got to make sure that more people know that that's who we are. Thanks for watching me. I'll be back here tomorrow at 4:15. You guys have a wonderful evening.